Are you one of those people that's kind of sitting back and really confused about your life's purpose? You don't even know what it is. Or maybe you thought you knew what it is and then you got there and it wasn't it at all. Or maybe you're hearing how some people spend their lifetime trying to figure out their life's purpose. Guess what? Spend a half hour with us today and I will help you get underway so you can uncover your life's purpose. Matter of fact, your life's purpose is pretty easy. That's not the challenging part. So stay tuned today while I walk you through my new book, The First Two Steps, Your Life Purpose. I'm going to be arrogant enough today to tell you that I think I know what your life's purpose is, because that's not the challenge. What is the challenge is what fulfills you. So we're going to cover both of those today. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Losier. We're live here in Victoria, BC. John's in Vancouver. Sue's in Victoria. We meet here every Friday, 9 o'clock Pacific time, 12 noon Eastern. Today's topic is on my best-selling book, Your Life's Purpose. I'm also the author of Law of Attraction and Law of Connection. And what a great trio of books so you can live a rich, full, delicious, fulfilled life. That's my promise to you. So before we get started, let's just get started. Let's go to Vancouver and welcome John. John, good morning. Welcome to the show today.
Good morning, everyone. Always a pleasure to be here. Yes, my name is John Inverarity, and I'm a certified emotion code and certified body code practitioner. And I love helping people with chronic pain, unexplained chronic pain, athletic performance blocks, and mental health concerns like anxiety and depression.
Well, it used to be unexplained, but it's explained now. This explains your chronic pain. And John was very instrumental in helping me get over a 5-year limp. Imagine me limping on stage for 5 years. And John helped me out with that in a couple short sessions over Skype. So he is a dear angel in my life. And we're back in Victoria welcoming Sue. Good morning, Sue.
Hi, Michael. Thanks so much for inviting me. I'm a life and career transitions coach. And so what I do is help people who are at a point in their life where they're not loving what they're doing. They know they want to do something else. They're not ready to retire, but they have no clue what that is. Well, guess what? I take them on this little journey to help them figure that out. But Michael's book and the process in that has now become a key part of the work that I do with them. I was already doing a little bit of that work, but Michael's process is just so thorough and robust, and it really gives my clients clarity on what would bring them more joy. I hope I'm not stealing your thunder, but that's really what it's about, right?
Well, I want to add to the people in career transitions because, I remember, I worked for the government for 10 years and I was satisfied there because I did get some fulfillment needs left. But I know a lot of people, like they want a new job, but they just don't want a new job anymore. And it's not about the money. They're like, you know what, I've been having this job for too long. And what they're asking indirectly is, I want to be fulfilled. If I'm going to get a new job, I'm not moving for money. I just want to be fulfilled. And we help people do that too. So welcome, everybody. So we're going to open up today's show with a quick little video. And I am going to, it's just I think a minute long. We're going to show you a quick little video, and then we're going to get started with today's topic on your life's purpose. So stay tuned and enjoy this quick little clip. There you have it.
Love it.
We've set today's show up for you. That's what we do. We set it up for you today. So, hey, welcome, everybody. John, why don't you tell us who is checking us out already this morning? And we're going to prepare to talk about your life's purpose and how we're going to help people today. So who is saying what, please?
Yeah, I've already acknowledged a lot of people. Not Jennifer Heiser. She says, greeting from unseasonably steamy St. Paul, Minnesota. Looking forward to the show.
Hey, good morning.
And Gwen Lorena, good afternoon from funny weather, London. got in from work, got the kettle on, and ready for the show. Really good to see you all.
Oh, we don't
I have
want to
my tea
disrupt
here
tea
too.
time. Yeah, we don't want to disrupt tea time in London, England.
Priorities.
Welcome.
And Anthony Van Ojic, another double dipper in attendance. Good stuff.
One of our favorites, game show host, Natasha Paula Samuel. Hey, not Natasha, good morning. She's saying hello to Michael in the panel, and she, again, is watching from Romford, Essex. So, good stuff.
Welcome.
Yeah, we're looking at Lisa Goddessman. Hey, she's from California. Good morning, Lisa. Okay, now Misty's in the house, and she can see us now. Earlier, she said she couldn't really see us. And John, you can keep an eye out on people that are checking out, saying hello with everybody. Before we get started, I got a couple of announcements to make. One of them is next Friday, there's no Bro Show and there's no Hangout with Michael show because I want to be in Las Vegas attending a seminar myself. And it starts at 9 o'clock, and it's not my seminar, so I can't go live. So we're going to be skipping. John later is going to tell us we got a good show cooking for you the week after. But there is a Bro Show tomorrow. John, tell us about tomorrow's Bro Show and tell people what it's about in case you're watching for the first time.
Yeah, so it's right back here. Same Facebook page, Michael Losier Fans. And we're talking about the emotion code, or the emotion code bros. And we go through all the 7 steps of the key steps to the emotion code process. And tomorrow the topic is claustrophobia. So we're looking for people with claustrophobia. Feel like the walls are closing in. We want to see you tomorrow, and we're going to do some emotion code and help you with this feeling that you have.
Yeah. I had claustrophobia experience twice. One was in New York City. I was on the 50th floor of a hotel room. When I opened the window, there was no window. When I opened the curtain, there was no window. And I think there was a window, it was all bricked in, and I had to go down the elevator and go to the lobby. And the other time I was in New York City, I was in a cab, and the seat was pushed really back, and it had the glass up, and the windows didn't roll down. That really panicked me. So I know about claustrophobia. And my dad was also scared of elevators. He wouldn't go in an elevator. So I helped him with that. Years ago, I helped him with EFT before I knew about the emotion code. So claustrophobia is many different forms. So tomorrow, John and I will be helping somebody. How can we help somebody tomorrow, John? Tell us what they need to do.
They need to show up live and be on the Bro Show and volunteer. So comment in the video and let us know that you're with us, and we might choose you.
Yeah, we want some help. Good. And so, Facebook, I'm all over Facebook because tomorrow with you at 9 o'clock, then at 11 in the morning, my friend Eric and I, we're doing a special show for people that want to become facilitators. So do you have dreams of including facilitating law of attraction in front of the room to an audience, a large audience, or maybe you want to do it on Facebook Live or on Google Hangouts or on Skype or Zoom or whatever you're doing, or just over the telephone or one-on-one person? I can help you with that. I am a world-class trainer. And I promise you that my facilitator program will prepare you for your very first presentation. You'll razzle-dazzle everybody. You'll get everybody's participation within 25 seconds. You'll hold it for the whole hour, and they'll remember you forever. So join me tomorrow as I'm going to teach and talk about the signature presentation. Now, Sue, I know that you do a lot of presentations, and sometimes people want different things, so you have to keep creating presentations, right? Imagine if you just had one Sue Maitland presentation that you do. So that's what I teach people, how you have one law of attraction presentation that's called the signature presentation. Join me tomorrow. We're going to talk about that. But for today, we are talking about your life's purpose. So I'm going to give you the summary of the book. I like to think that I know what your life's purpose is. And your life's purpose is pretty simple. Now, it might take a paradigm shift to buy into the new idea. It is a paradigm shift. A lot of people have their own ideas about what their life's purpose is, but I'm going to make it simple. Your life's purpose is to experience joy and happiness. Yeah, I know. Write it down. Your life's purpose is to experience joy. You're thinking, really? Is that okay? Well, for a lot of people, that might not be okay that they can do that. So now let's think about the target. So, okay, my target is to experience joy. So here, I'm going to show you a little graphic. There's the target. The target is joy. It sounds easy. Oh, okay, I just need to experience joy. But that raises the question, well, what brings me joy? What do I need to be doing to bring me joy? In other words, look at the middle ring. I need to create strategies to bring me joy. If joy is the purpose, what do I need to be doing to bring me joy? Well, what you need to be doing is fulfilling your fulfillment needs. On the outer ring, we need to identify what fulfills us. And there's a list of 30 of them. So we're going to review this today. There's a list of 30 fulfillment needs. In my book, the purpose of the book is to help. It's like Survivor. You're going to kick some off. You're going to start with 30, and at the end of the process, hopefully, I don't know, so we usually get 4, 5, or 6. I like people to get the top 4, but it takes a while to narrow it down. So we start with 30. We bring them through exercises. They come up with their top 5 or 6, and then they say, okay, now that I know, look at the outer ring, now that I've identified my fulfillment needs, now I need to create strategies to get them met. And when they're met, boy, I'm experiencing joy. So you can well imagine that it'd be remiss if I didn't know mine. I clearly know mine. Matter of fact, I've known mine for years. I developed my whole career around getting my fulfillment needs met, which kind of birthed the book. And like my other 2 books, it's a process book. It's a self-help book, which means you can do it yourself. And at one time, I would meet people in coffee shops and coaching sessions, and I would bring them through all the process. And then when I thought, I got to turn this into a book, so I had to take all of that process and build it into a process people can do themselves. So Sue and I are going to walk through that with you today. We're going to cue John in just a minute to see who else is saying what, but we're going to get started in a minute. I'm just going to remind everybody again today, the purpose of your life is to experience joy. And once you know what your fulfillment needs are, then you create strategies. So I'm going to give you my fulfillment needs, and then John's going to share his, and then eventually we'll get some from Sue. So here's my top 4 fulfillment needs. And what that means that when these fulfillment needs, 4 of them on this, are present, it means when they're there, I'm happy. Oh, I'm super happy. I'm experiencing joy. And when you experience joy, your vibe is high. And when your vibe is high, you attract good things. So when I'm telling people that I can help them have a rich, full, delicious, fulfilling life, well, you do the work. You find out what fulfills you, and then you make the changes necessary. It might mean ending a relationship. It might mean finding a new job. It might mean volunteering somewhere. But once you know what your fulfillment needs are, then you can use it as a measuring stick. You'll also find out why you weren't fulfilled in the last job, because those fulfillment needs were what? They were missing. Well, first I'll tell you what my 4 fulfillment needs are and how they get fulfilled now, and I'll tell you about my first job. My very first job I remember my sister, Diane, remembered my first job too. She said, you called me crying on the phone at noon. And you said, come pick me up, but don't tell mom and dad. I was just 16 years old. So I forgot about that until she brought it up. And then I remember she came to a graveyard. I was working in a graveyard mowing lawns. So if you can see me now, you can imagine how bored I was mowing lawns. So my top 4 fulfillment needs, which came from the list, are attentiveness. So say yes if you 2 are being attentive to me right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Glenn Boham and Misty Anderson and Cam Watson and Gwen Lorena and Sylvia Bellini, Natasha and Anthony Jewel and Doug and Delilah and Lisa Olive. So when I get people's attention or attentiveness, how do I get that met? I don't know. I'm doing 3 Hangout shows this weekend, seminars, book signings, radio interviews, TV interviews. That's one fulfillment need. My next one is influencing people in a positive way. Well, I've been doing that for 209 episodes and all the bro show. The next one is intimacy, which means into me see. 3 words, into me see. So, here we don't talk about the weather. Well, our UK friends do, or sports or cars or things. We talk about intimate things, your problems, your challenges, your goals, your blocks, your successes. That's intimacy. Into you see. That's what we do. And my 4th one is freedom. I love freedom. I'm free to do this show whenever I want. I'm free, and I chose Fridays. Fridays are my most favorite day ever. In short, I know what my 4 fulfillment needs are. And when I know what they are, then I create strategies. Oh yeah, another little hint. If you're not sure if they're right or not, ask yourself, did you get your fulfillment needs met in a destructive way when you were young? Oh yes, I did. I was a show-off. I was a class clown. I got attention in the wrong way. But as an adult, I'm getting met in a constructive way. So that's what you're here to learn today, is the first step process. So John, I got a number of questions for you today. Can you tell me, A, who's saying what, B, what your fulfillment needs are, and C, how much this costs right now on Amazon? It took me 5 years to write it, and I'm going to change your life for whatever the price is today. So John, welcome back. We have some more friends joining us. Who's saying what, please?
Well, Dawn says, just what I need, a nudge to get started with your life's purpose.
Okay.
Nudge, Dawn, yeah. Gwen Lorena says, love the video and love the book.
Thank you, Gwen Lorena. Let us know, Gwen, about what your top few 4 or 5 fulfillment needs are. And other friends that have been doing that as well. Put it in there. Be vulnerable. Be intimate with me. Into me, see. Let me into you, see. Tell us what your fulfillment needs are. It's vulnerable, but that's the first step. Who else, John?
Wendy Matthews says, hey, bros.
Hey, Wendy. Good morning.
And also has a comment, and I'll read. Scheduled and paid for a session for my daughter a while ago. And, it worked when she scheduled and paid for one for herself this week. Thank you, John.
Oh, wow. That's a good sign.
Nice.
Doug Collins is watching from Moncton.
Hey, Moncton, New Brunswick. Good morning, Doug. Good afternoon.
Cam Watson says, hey, guys. Hi from Twickenham, London.
Hi.
Twickenham?
That's from England. Yay.
What the Twickenham is going on today?
Chris, is it Katina? I think it's Katina. Hi, everyone. Watching from Michigan.
Hey, Katina. Good morning. Yeah, we've got some loyal watchers today.
Helena Yenikin. Good morning.
It could be Helena. Our friend Carrie Sanders, she said, I love the subject today. She gave us 3 hearts. So good morning to Carrie Sanders. Just pick it up soon.
I have. I'm trying. It's still not going.
Okay, good stuff.
Thanks.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, what else do we go on? I think that's about it for now, John. So John, our friend Permelia Parm is joining us from Vancouver Island. She's saying hello to John, Sue, and I. Great to see us. Barb Ashcroft is sharing her top 4 fulfillment needs. She got accomplishment, fairness, acknowledgement, and community. Wow, isn't it nice to know? So she likes to be acknowledged. She likes to accomplish things. Fairness is important to her, and she likes to build community. I can say yes to all those. She's very active in the networking group Up Island here, so she would get all of her needs met from there. Mm-hmm. Good. Carrie Saunders is from Capel Island on Capricorn Coast, Australia. Wow, it must be interesting time there. Helena said she likes being attentive to me. I like that too. Okay, enough about me, John. Let's go back to you. John, what do you think of me? No, I'm just kidding. John, what are your top 4 fulfillment needs, please?
Well, the one and only I share with you is freedom.
Yes.
So, writing my own schedule and work from home. And I live in Vancouver, Kitsilano, the most beautiful neighborhood in the most beautiful city. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Walk around. Yeah. Lots of great food around here. Love that. Appreciation. So, I didn't get that in the past job. But, helping people, over the phone, Skype, all over the world, really
getting thank you notes. Yeah, getting thank you notes and, helping people with physical pain in minutes. You can guarantee you'll get your appreciation needs met. What else?
Yeah, contribution. So, I feel like I'm actually contributing to make the world a better place to live, releasing people's emotional baggage and helping them heal. Wow. It's awesome.
Yeah. And you contribute here on Fridays. You can contribute on the Bro Show on Saturdays. So there's different forms of contribution. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Recognition. That's kind of similar to appreciation, but it's there and it came up, which again didn't really get in a past job. So really loving the recognition right now. Yeah, and acknowledgement.
Yeah, and sometimes when we find these fulfillment needs, some people they get a little discomfort. They say, ooh, I remember when attention was my top one. Oh, I denied it. Absolutely not. little boy said, yeah, you do like attention. She liked her acknowledgement was her top one, and she didn't like knowing that because she was married at one time, and whenever she wanted her husband to acknowledge something, he would say, do I have to throw you a dog bone every time you need acknowledgement? She remembered that, so she shut down ever needing to be acknowledged. So you have to own these, even if they feel uncomfortable a little bit. Okay, John, I appreciate you for contributing today and telling us what your fulfillment needs are. Now, we got to get people to buy this today. How much is it on Amazon, please? Amazon.com.
It is $10.87.
Wow.
Oh, I have been marked down on sale.
That's crazy low price.
I can change your life for $10.97 on Amazon.
What a deal.
Yes,
What
good
a
stuff.
deal.
Okay, Sue, we're heading back out to your house. Thank you very much, John. So, Sue, we have told people again, it's the first step in the process is, we want to find out what our fulfillment needs are. So if you're watching and you're waiting for your book in the mail because you ordered it right now, you can download the list right now. You can go to the address here below, hangoutwithmichael.com/life purpose. And so we have the list in front of us.
Yes.
Can you tell our friends what the very first step of the list is, what they're supposed to do?
Well, the first step of the list is what Michael likes to call the elimination round. Yeah?
We're getting that same noise problem again. So can I get you to refresh your screen, and I will carry over from there. Okay, everybody, when you get the fulfillment needs list, there's going to be 30. And the very first step in the exercise is for you to eliminate. Remember, I talked about this is like Life Purpose Survivor. It's a survivor game. And the survivor are the ones that remain. So the very first exercise when you download your list is go through it and cross off the ones that aren't you. Now I know John long enough to know that he probably crossed off a few of these, even without knowing your list. He probably crossed off control, right, John?
Yep.
Yeah, probably crossed off control, and maybe crossed off. I don't know. What else do you think you crossed off? I crossed off fun. Doesn't mean I don't have fun, but fun's not a value for me. Sue, what are some things that you might have crossed off your list?
What did I cross off? There's a lot that I liked. Probably safety. Safety came off. Power actually came off for me, interestingly enough. Yeah. And again, there's different interpretations about what some of those mean. So in the book, there's a little glossary, I guess, that talks about all of them, and you can figure out what they are. So the very first step when you get it, just intuitively, or use your gut feeling, or hear that little voice in your head that says, that's not me. Because remember, it's an elimination game. It doesn't mean you don't have all of them, but some of them are going to surface and be very prominent. So that's the first exercise. Download this, cross off the ones that you know that aren't you, and ideally, you'll take the list from 30 and lower it down to, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20, and then you've got 20 to work with throughout the book instead of working with 30. So that's what our goal is there. So that's step number one. So you have your list. Let's just say for simplistic purposes, you crossed off 15, you got 15. Now you're working on 15. You can either build a new list with just the 15 or keep looking at this list. So now, Sue, we're going to talk about one of the exercises in the book. And it's about, and so you and I are at a coffee shop, and we went to Cora's because Cora's has the big paper placemats that are blank on the back side. Shout out to hashtag Cora's, right? I've used so many of their placemats there. I get my stimulation. Now I know why you love going to Cora's. I was
yes. Well,
and they have good food too. Yeah, and good service.
They know who I am, and I always get the same server, so she knows not to interrupt me, and I do my work, and so on and so on. And I always have my favorite table. Oh my God, I'm an old man.
You know what you like, Michael. You know what brings you joy.
I just became my mother and father at church. I mean, one of the exercises in the books, too, is that we like to ask our clients to talk about their current job. And we want to know, what are 4 things, and here's the worksheet from the book, right? What are 4 things that you don't like about your current job? And, people say, why do you need to know that? Well, we're going to show them in a minute. So, Sue, we're at our friend, we're at Cora's, we got a paper placemat, and our friend is not fulfilled at all. Matter of fact, they're in a career transition. They know they don't want to leave, because they get paid well, but they're not happy. You too, not you, Sue, but at home. Some of you are getting paid really well, and you can't wait to get home. So you're kind of, maybe the money is creating freedom and safety for you, but in an indirect, long way. So we're with our friend who has a job, been working there many years. They want to transition to a new job. You're going to ask them, Sue, what are some things that they don't like? So what are the things that they told you they don't like about their current job? Go ahead, please.
Well, the things they don't like is being in a cubicle all day. They're stuck in a cubicle. It's repetitive. They don't really get to use all the wonderful skills they have.
Yeah, so number two is that they're just they're like a robot. Every day it's repetitive. They can't use any of their creativity. It's just repetitive. What's the third thing they said?
Everything's done online, so they don't get to have any face-to-face time with other people. So they hate that. Yeah. And there's really rigid hours. They don't get any flexibility. They got to be there at 8 o'clock, and they got to be there till whatever. And it drives them crazy.
You're told when you can take a break. So, I can hear some people say, oh, I'd love that. I'd love not to have to talk to anybody all day. Well, that's okay for you, right? Because maybe one of your needs is autonomy, which means you like to do stuff on your own. You don't need to be supervised and so on. That might be for you. But our particular friend, and they're getting paid well, but they're the fourth thing. So, Sue, I'm going to show the people the worksheet again. Here's the worksheet. We've just uncovered 4 things that they don't like about their job. Sue, tell us what the next step of the exercise is, please.
Well, the next step is to figure out what fulfillment needs are missing because this aspect. Yeah. So
hashtag missing. Hashtag what is missing. So Sue, give us the first one, please.
So the first one was that being stuck in a cubicle all day, they're missing freedom, they're missing connection, they're missing fun, community, and intimacy. Okay. Those are all missing.
That's right. So I want to make the point here. Sue's I'm going to be the second voice here. When you find out what you don't like, then you go back to your list and you say, okay, if I'm in a cubicle, whatever's left on your list, if I'm in a cubicle, what's missing? You scan. Is that missing? No. Oh, fun is missing. Good. So write fun down. And the point we're making here is that a number of things can be missing. Sitting in a cubicle all day, a number of the things that you said were important were missing. Okay, so already we're building a list. Sue, what's the second item, please?
So the next one was it's repetitive and you don't get to use your skills. So the things that are missing there are accomplishment, challenge, freedom, and fun again.
Fun again? They're totally in the wrong job.
There's a theme here.
Yeah. So the key word is what is missing. When I was in a graveyard, what was missing for you? For me, rather, attention, intimacy, influencing somebody, and freedom. I couldn't leave the graveyard. Horrible job. But for somebody that likes control and autonomy and order and function and those kind of things, they would love that job, not for me. Okay, so far, Sue, they've identified 2 things they didn't like about their job. They went to the fulfillment needs, and for both of those. Now, what are you seeing as a common denominator so far? You just uncovered 2.
Yeah, we've got freedom is important, and fun too. 2 things are coming up already as being common themes.
That's right.
And we're going to see what the next one. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. So far we're seeing a pattern. So we can make a judgment already that maybe freedom and fun are important to them, and that's why they really hate their job. Good. What else did they say they didn't like?
So the next thing was everything being done online. So no face-to-face. So the thing missing there for them is connection, community, freedom, intimacy, and fun again.
Yeah. Okay.
So
there you go again. It's like they are totally in the wrong job.
And then the last one was that very rigid hours. So no flexibility. Again, obviously the freedom is missing, the fun is missing. So we definitely have some sort of top themes, and freedom and fun are the 2 top things that are missing. Sure. But also community is important and intimacy is important. There are a couple. Sure. So yeah.
That's just 4. That's 4. In the book, I think we end up doing 12. That is 4. And then the answers that you get, there's a spreadsheet with your list. And beside the word fun would have like 4 check marks, right, Sue? You found
absolutely.
And then maybe the word, another word only had 1 check mark. So what's happening, it's like a horse race, right? When you look at your chart, near the end, you start to see, holy S-balls, look at all the check marks beside fun. And remember when I came to your women's group and
Mm-hmm.
there was a woman there that had such an insight,
Oh,
and
yeah.
hers was around fun. And she thought, wow, I didn't know fun was so important to me. And she didn't like her job either. So it could be an awakening for some people. It also could be a time to give yourself permission. Like, I'm going to have permission that I need to have fun, or I need to have control, or I need to have order, or I need to have intimacy, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
The next part
absolutely.
of the exercise, so now we've talked about what they didn't like. Now, we won't do this exercise here, but we'll tell you about with the same, you say, well, what do you like about your current job?
Mm-hmm.
That's a tougher one. So our friend at the restaurant said, well, I like the pay, right? So, and then the question is, well, what's present? What is present? If you like the pay, then what fulfillment need is being met? So Sue, if she liked the pay, what fulfillment need based on her list might be met?
Well, there's a certain amount of freedom to having a good income. So freedom can be.
Money brings freedom. People, people say, well, money's a fulfillment need. It's not a fulfillment need, but money can help you have freedom, or it can help you have safety, or it can help you with adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And fun, maybe.
So if you're watching at home, I want you to take a spreadsheet. I want you to write down on the left-hand side 4 things that you don't like about your job. And after you check them off on your list, find out what's missing. Is this missing? Is this missing? Is this missing? The second part of this exercise is to write down what you do like about your job. Well, maybe you like the location. Maybe that, it could be location, time, hours. It could be the people you work with. It could be that you get to be, whatever that is for you. And then you go to the list and say, well, I like this about, when I worked for the government, I was a semi kind of project manager, which means I didn't have to sit at my desk all day. So as much as I didn't really like the cubicle job, I did have a lot of opportunity to walk around and go to meetings and meet with people and see how projects were going. So my freedom needs got met there. Also did my attentive needs did too. So you can find some things that you like about your current job, then go to the list and say, what was present? Why do I like that? And again, with the master sheet now you're moving all of the items. So Sue, tell them after they've done 2 or 3 exercises, when they get the book, they'll learn the other type of things they're going to do this for. Now they got the master list. What's the goal there? What are they going to see?
You're going to see a pattern, and you'll be able to check and find which of these fulfillment needs consistently come up as being important to you. And it's really interesting how well this process works, because you're looking at it from so many different angles. So I have this spreadsheet with over 20 opportunities, and always there are the top 2, 3, 4 needs that come up, and people are quite usually quite surprised. There's always one that surprises them. I love that.
Now, the other thing that I learned when doing the seminars, and in this particular seminar, I remember someone was talking about, well, these are the same needs that aren't being met in my relationship. So you and I were talking about career fulfillment, but you know what? Yeah. If I'm in a relationship and I don't get your attention, or I don't get, to influence you, I remember once being in a relationship saying, do we have to talk about law of attraction all the time? Yeah, we do. That's my rule. We do. John, we're going to cue out to you in a second to find out who is saying what. So if you're watching, again, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what your top fulfillment needs are. And what was your strategy? How do you get your strategy met? Barb, with the networking meetings, she gets her strategy. That's her strategy to get her fulfillment needs met. She's written a book. What needs get met there? So share with us today, if you've completed your fulfillment needs, what is your strategy? How do you get that met? And then John, let me know who is saying, if there's people we haven't heard from. Go ahead.
Yeah, you answered Cam's question. She gets the joy bit, but stuck on how to get them fulfilled by developing a strategy around them. For example, hers are autonomy, freedom, power, connection.
That's right. Well, in the book I talk about, now you get law of attraction involved. You say, okay, law of attraction, I'd like to attract whatever I need to do or have so I can get my 4 needs, autonomy, freedom, power, and connection met. And I'm in the process of it unfolding and orchestrating so I can get those needs met. So perfect. Now that you know what they are, well, the other thing, I'm going to ask Sue this question. We'll come back to you, John. So what if they got like 8? And I said they should get 4. What should they do with the 8 for a while?
Well, I just play with them and look at them, and you'll find that it'll be clear to you after a while which ones are the top ones. So just kind of take your time, think back to the things that you really enjoy doing, and you'll figure out which are the top ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the book, I talk about the yellow sticky exercise. So what I would do is take, you're talking about take the 8 left and put one on the wall. And then when you're feeling really super good and thinking, oh, wow, I'm feeling good, look at the wall and say, what's being met right now? And then you can move them. So this one was number 6, move it up there. And then when you're thinking, oh, I hate this assignment, and look at the wall and say, what's missing? And then start to move them around. You can have 8, you can have 30. But if you can narrow it down to your top 4, then you can make different decisions. So it's called the yellow sticky exercise. We talk about that in the book.
I love that.
Okay, back to you, John.
Yeah, we have 2 comments from Doug Collins. I'll read them both. I've got to order that book, Michael. It's the only one of yours I do not have yet.
Don.
And then about Doug Collins, yeah. And then he says, 3 comments. The book is $16.68 on Amazon.ca. He's Canadian.
Price. Yep.
And a couple minutes later, book is ordered.
Yay, book is ordered.
Yay.
Well, good. So we're going to expect to hear from you, Doug Collins, in the future about what your fulfillment needs are. And my hunch is the business that you're in is really getting them fulfilled. And then once you know, you supersize it. Once you know what fulfills your strategy, then you do it more often. I was doing emotion code sessions in my building. We have a meeting room, and not really to get clients. I was doing it to get my needs met. I loved it.
Yeah. And actually, I have it. I have some of the same needs as you, and I get them met because you made me realize that I want to do more speaking engagements. I'm like you, and I need attention. I do enjoy attention. So I do workshops and I do speaking engagements like I did last night. And you're the one who helped me realize I should be doing more of this. You
and I are doing this. We're sharing the stage, not together, but we're at the same event. So we'll be on that night, won't we?
It'll be fun.
Both of us getting our needs met. Good stuff.
Love it.
Sylvie Bellini saying, I must read the book. I gave away my paper copy. I now only have it on Kindle. Really? You can't smell Kindle. Smell this book. Oh, you can't lick Kindle, but you can lick this book. Sylvia Bellini, get the book already.
It's getting weird. Just kidding. Love it.
Okay, what else, John?
Wendy Matthews says, freedom, the best one ever.
Yes, we love freedom. I love freedom.
Gwen Lorena says, okay, my main ones are freedom, equality, helping people, appreciation.
Okay. And helping people, in the book, we call that influencing others in a positive way. So we like that. Hashtag your life purpose. Thank you, Gwen Lorena, for doing that.
Jean Peterson is near Orlando, Florida. Great call.
Okay. Wendy Matthews asked a question that I don't know the answer to. Maybe you two can help. She's saying, is there any eating slugs involved to get to the final 4?
Any what?
Oh, that's from your survivor comment, right? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Hashtag over my head. Hashtag over my head. Okay, good stuff. I'm scrolling down too.
And Wendy just ordered it and going to read it on the plane to Iceland on my fun fulfillment trip.
Yay.
Iceland's fun. Now, Gwen Lorena is giving us a price update in the UK. It's £12.35. I don't know. How do you say that, Sue?
Yes, 20 pence.
Okay, good stuff.
£12.
Thanks for the update, Gwen. And of course, I have Gwen's full attention, which I'm loving. Love that. Any more, John?
Shoshona Peltier says, good morning, guys. Thank you for the work the other day, Michael.
Yeah, Shoshana is a Canadian. She is an emotion code practitioner, and I influenced her in a very positive way, which of course meant, she was, how can I thank you? I said, you did. You did. She called me a rock star, thanked me, sent me little hearts. That's all I needed. Hey, listen, I remember accepting food in the past for payment, and now it's fulfillment needs and money. John, can you tell us what the show topic is for not next Friday because we're off, but the Friday after. What are we talking about then, please?
Yeah, it's episode 210 in 2 weeks at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. It's Ask Us Anything. Law of Attraction, NLP, your life's purpose, and emotion code experts.
We have a house full of experts. We'll have our friend Debbie Talbert's going to join us. She is the Law of Attraction expert. You're going to be the emotion code expert. I'm going to be the fulfillment needs expert and the NLP expert. So we love those. Ask us anything. No, really, ask us anything. It's not this Friday, next Friday, same time. Hey, if you want to be notified 30 minutes before the show, you might be on a train, on a bus, on a plane, at a restaurant, and you just want to make sure that you catch it. You can sign up if you go to HangoutWithMichael.com. And on the right-hand side, it says live shows. You can watch all the previous live shows, all the Bros shows, and any other Facebook live show that I do will be there. A reminder, tomorrow, John, we're doing the Bros show at 9 o'clock. What's the topic, please?
Claustrophobia.
Yes.
Bring a friend.
Yeah, bring a friend.
Claustrophobia.
And also, I have a private emotion code hangout room. If you want to join that, we'll put the address in that. I did a Facebook Live for them yesterday for that group only. And I actually brought them on the panel, which was quite fun because normally they're just watching. So I brought a number of people on the panel. And what else do I want to say? Oh, yeah, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 o'clock Eastern, I'm doing a special show. If you see yourself being on stage, razzle-dazzling, influencing people with law of attraction, I want to help you do that. And you can join me tomorrow. We're going to tell you about that. So let's hear from Sue and John, your parting comments and how people can get a hold of each of you. I will be checking the comments after the show today. So if you want to leave more messages, say hello. I'm going to go check that out for you. So Sue, tell us how people can get a hold of you, please.
Best way to reach me really is go to my website, which is suemaitland.com, and you'll be able to connect with me there. Would love to hear what's going on with you, and if I can be any support to you with your transition, yeah, I'd love to do that.
And you have an event coming up in Victoria?
I have events all the time, actually. So the key thing is go to my website and look at the live events page, because I have more and more events, thanks to you, Michael, letting me realize I need to do this. So yeah, please check it out. All kinds of, yeah.
Good stuff. Before I hear from you, John, Carrie Saunders is giving us her fulfillment needs into BC, freedom, appreciation, and autonomy, and helping people. So give her a like. Good stuff. And John, how can people get a hold of you, please?
I'm online, aliveinpeer.com. And yeah, I work with people with emotion code and body code all over the world via Skype or video or phone. And yeah, I have 2 copies of Your Life's Purpose, one for myself and maybe one for a friend. And yeah, it's a life changer. It is. It's a game changer for a lot of people. So for $10.87, go get it.
And some work, a little bit of work. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me today. Again, I'm going to be watching and reading comments all day today, so be sure to ask me questions. We'll see you tomorrow on the Bro Show. We're going to demonstrate an emotion code session on claustrophobia. And then 11 o'clock, the razzle-dazzle that's called the Signature Law of Attraction presentation. I'm going to be telling you what that's all about. So let's say goodbye to our friends today. See you later, everybody.